distinguished guests, faculty and staff of Loyola School of Theology, formators, family members, friends, and of course, my dearest classmates. A good evening or a good afternoon to all. It seemed like only yesterday when we were in first year here in NST. We were mesmerized, I guess, or amazed and afraid after meeting our brilliant professors. It seemed like only yesterday when we had our class outings at the AA residence for 3 years already. Thank Chris for that. Or we're lining up for our Ad-Ops exam. We're anxiously waiting for our turn at the Dogma comprehensive exams. Yes, it seemed like only yesterday, but look where we are now. Smiling, dignified, wearing our togas, first for ST. And I guess feeling tremendously grateful that finally we are at this point in our lives. Allow me this afternoon to share with you one of my personal, it seemed like yesterday, experiences. It seemed like only yesterday when I believed that I had everything. A great seminary formation, brilliant professors, a strong theological foundation with which to face the world. I thought I was fully ready to answer all the queries about life, but I was wrong. 2 years ago, my father died from cancer. And a month before that, my mother was diagnosed with stage 5 renal failure. It is still painful for me to remember how at that time I lost one parent and at the same time was preparing to lose the other one. Then and there, I couldn't find any theological concept to console myself. Yes, I was in pain, I was angry, and even frustrated with God. I had been studying theology for many years, but theology at that moment seemed to be of no use. The theology I had studied and memorized was shattered and challenged by the realities of suffering and death. At some point, I became desperate, realizing that I only understood my faith here and not here. And yet, in this seemingly hopeless situation, God surprised me. I didn't expect that hope would come from a person who herself was suffering, my mother. She said in Ilocano, "Madi na kayo baybay ng Diyos. God will never abandon us." How ironic it was that hope was rekindled in me by a person who did not even study theology. And just by those words, and how she lived out those words by trying to survive every day despite her sickness, I began to see one of the great signs of hope in my life. Why am I sharing this? What's the point of all this drama? My dear friends, look around us. There's so much pain and suffering. Many people choose to go away from God or not to believe in Him because they have lost hope. Many choose to deny God because of their pain caused by poverty, discrimination, corruption, greed, violence, and the like. And now we are here. We are about to leave NST. I have seen how gifted this batch is. Among us are super intelligent ones, the prayerful ones who love St. Denise, those dedicated in apostolic work, talented singers like EJ, dancers like Harold, Rex, debaters like Apple in some of our classes, and so on. But none of these abilities and talents would be of any great use if we will not use them to give hope to others. My classmates, the world out there needs us. People need our witnessing the good reading kingdom hope. While the world needs intelligent and competent ministers and pastors, much more does it need now witnesses who live out what they believe in. Let us ask ourselves after we leave NST, what will we say to a child begging in the street? How are we going to explain hope to a person who lost a loved one? How are we going to talk about peace in places divided by religion and beliefs? How are we going to talk about dignity to those indigenous people fighting for their lives? How are we going to share Jesus Christ to others? I believe that it is by our witnessing that we engender hope. To paraphrase Pope Francis' words, ours is not a religion simply of ideas, theologies, beautiful arts, churches, commandments. We are a people who follow Jesus through our witnessing, even to the point of giving our own lives. Once again, I'm sharing my story with my mother because I know that just like me, we will be tested every day by the realities of life. And if by chance we lose sight of hope, let us look around us and see glimpses of hope. Maybe from the courage of a dying person, or the endurance of an overseas Filipino worker, a market vendor who makes great sacrifices to send his or her children to school, an honest taxi driver, the kindness of strangers we meet, a loving and faithful priest or nun. Yes, my friends, whenever we think we have lost the hope that should be within us, just look around, and there we will find Jesus trying to remind us over and over again, I am with you always. My dream and prayer for all of us then is that we will all be remembered, not only as the golden batch, but as witnesses of hope in our own dioceses, congregations, and in our ministries. Hope can easily be clouded and distorted by life's pains and difficulties. But I believe with the strong foundation that LSD has built within us for 4 years, and by God's grace, I hope that we will be able to withstand and endure and become hope also for others. Allow me finally to thank the people who shape our hopes and dreams for the future. on behalf of our graduating class, I would like to thank the LSD faculty and staff, our respective formators and communities, our family and friends. We are all here because of you. At this moment, allow me also to personally dedicate this moment to the memory of my late father, Roberto Sr., to my mother, Wilma, to my siblings, to my family, to the community of San Jose Seminary, the healing class, Bangay, to the Diocese of Bayombong, to all the priests present here, to Monsignor Vic and to the Sagip for helping me in my studies. I wish to end with the words of Cardinal Oliveros during our theological symposium. And I quote, "The words of your lives are more important than the words that come from your mouths." With God's promise that He will be with us forever, with the intercession of Mary and Joseph, may we lead and serve the Church using the words of our lives. In Opus Ministeri. Thank you.